Welcome to homework.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and draw the diagram. So we've got three forces this time, just to make it more complicated. At least one of them is horizontal. So we've got F3, which is 50 newtons. We've got F1, which is 30 newtons. And we've got F2, right like that, which is 20 newtons. We're told that the angle down here is 20 degrees. And we're told that this is a 3, 4, 5 triangle. All right. The resultant by first adding F1 to F2. F1 to F2. All right. So I'm going to put both of them in the X direction and in the Y direction. In the X direction and in the Y direction. So F1X is F1X. Okay. That's going to be F1 times the cosine of the angle. And the cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 4/5. F1y is F1 times 3/5. F2x is F2 cosine 20. F2y is F2 sine 20. And I just got my sines and my cosines mixed up, because the 20 is not the included angle. All right, so X direction is going to be sine, and Y direction is going to be cosine. All right. So the resultant, which I guess they're going to call F prime, in the X direction is F1 times 4/5 plus F2 sine 20. And the resultant is also going to be in the negative direction. So this whole thing, they're both negative, so they're going to be in the negative direction. F prime y is, well, the first one is positive, and the second one is negative. All right, so let's get values for these. F1 is 30 newtons. That's 4/5. F2 is 20 newtons. So that's going to give us negative 30.8 newtons. And 30 times 3/5 minus 20 cosine of 20, negative 0.8 newtons. All right. So now I have to figure out the resultant by adding that to F3. So I have to add this to F3. So the resultant, which we're calling F sub R, in the x direction is F3, which is just 50 newtons. You know what? I'm going to write F3. Minus F prime of x. You know what? I'm going to erase this. This is just going to be that. Okay. F Ry is just Fy prime. So the resultant, we need the magnitude and direction. So the resultant will be the square root of Frx squared plus Fry squared. So let's go ahead and get that. Square root of Frx, which is F3, and F3 is 50, minus Fx prime, which is 30.8, and we square that, plus Fry squared, which is just Fy prime, which is just the negative 0.8. So it's negative 0.8 squared. That's going to give me 19.2 newtons. And then Frx is like this. Fry is like this. And so just magnitude and direction. So I'm going to call theta this direction. So tangent, the inverse tangent of FRY, technically it's negative FY prime over FRX. So let's do that. Inverse tangent of that over that. .4 degrees. I think the answer is in the book. 17, 19.2, and 2.4 degrees. They actually wrote 2.37, which I would agree with.